What you need to do an oyster correctly in this style is you need the two things that we're providing for you. One, needle nose pliers is what I call them. And with an oyster, they have this muscle that's called the abductor muscle. The abductor is what connects the shells to the meat that's in the inside. And it's always right here on an oyster. Right there, it connects right there, and it connects on the other side right here. So what's keeping the shell closed is that muscle. So whenever you're trying to clean an oyster, you're trying to disconnect that muscle from the shell. So what I'm going to do is just open it up like that. You see how you've got this little bit of a hinge, a little bit of an opening right there. You see a little bit more maybe. See that little bit of a hinge opening? And the oyster knives that I use is called a New Haven. You can see it's got this little tip on it. So the oyster goes into the shell, into the opening, wiggle it in, and so I'm aiming right for where that abductor muscle is. I'm pushing up against the top of the shell and I'm disconnecting it. So it's disconnected, sliding down. I'm just hinging that oyster open, okay? Now you've got the other side of that abductor muscle. You can't just eat it like this. You have to cut the other side. So I'm gonna dig underneath, cut through that abductor muscle there. And then if you wanna make it pretty, you flip it over onto the other side. And that is a shucked oyster. All right, once you've done that part, the last thing you do, you get a beer, you open it, and you give it to somebody else.